Hi, George. Game of the week this week. We got Wally, our arch rival. We got our team. Hopefully, we're going to win. We got all the calendars, all the Cadillacs.
You got Heraty up here.
We brought him in from Tennessee. I'm from the AAA club. We should be good enough to win,
Okay,
George.
good luck. We'll see you at the game.
Thank you.
So the great game every year between still Cruisin and the Chasers team. What do you think?
They're a good team. We're a good team. We always have a battle. It goes down to almost to the last out. It's always a tight game. It's going to be another tight game tonight. Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
So watch it right here, and we'll see the game of the week again.
Watch the game of the week right here on Channel 2.
Yeah, the great Wally Pecs. Good luck, Wally.
Thank you very much, George.
Old home week here. Knuckles Matelli here. Big game shortly between still Cruisin, that's the great Wally Pecs team, and Chasers led by Big Jimmy Martino. We'll have the game for you right after this. Okay, here we go. Pat Heraty in from Memphis, taking pitches from the great Waldo Pecs here at Glenview. Swing and a ball down the right field line. Down for the single. There goes Heraty. And there he is, Heraty. With the patented Pat Heraty swing to right field. There's the great one. Bobby Russ batting number 2 here. Just starting. Wally Pecs is on the mound, and I'm isolating on the batting. There's a strike, 14-inch with the glove. Kind of an in-between game here in the Chicago area. Bobby Russ with a cut down the right field line. And another exact surgical single. So, Russ. Back-to-back Heraty and Russ. And there's a courtesy runner there. So there's Bob Russ with a big single. There's Coach Martino. So first and third already. And here is Ken Flaws. Ex-Bobcat player, Hall of Famer, Ken Flaws, F-L-A-W-S. He actually resides here in beautiful Glenview, Illinois, northwest of Chicago. George Bliss with you at Game of the Week at Glenview. There's a ball to right center, pretty deep, caught, and Marty Robotuso goes halfway and does hold back, but Heraty scores easily 1-0. Neighborhood star, Mike Ball. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up, and that's Jerry Reay over there for out number 2 with Mark Frighetto standing right next to him. So 2 outs here, 1-0. And Robotuso running there is still at first. One of the greats, Pat Salamone. He swings and hits the ball to the right side. Foul, retrieved by Bobby out there in right field. You have Mark Frighetto out there, a Hall of Famer, out at short center. Let me zoom a little bit on Mark. And then there's Wally Pecs, P-E-C-S. No doubt probably one of the finest ball players to ever come out of Chicago. Salamone swings. There's the ball to right center. Robotuso running. Robotuso running. Here we go. Robotuso fast in all the way from first base. So, big hit there. 2-0. Salamone comes through big time. Jim Martino, captain of the team, batting, I believe, 6th tonight. Normally plays third base. Martino generally kind of hits it all over and a very fast runner. Pat Caputo coaching at third, by the way. I'll have him on here in a few seconds. Pecs delivers 2-0. That just hit the tip of the plate. Wally Pecs Wally arguing on the balls and strikes. So Wally is questioning the umpire there on the balls and strikes. Umpire determined that it did hit the tip of the plate, so that would be an automatic ball. There's a strike. Martino. Strike 2, like that one ball. Now that one just passed the inside of the plate and did fall in the well, just above the knee. So, you know, these calls are going both ways. Martino with a quick call. Here's the pitch, isolating on Jim Martino with 2-0 score here at Glenview. Martino swings, hits the ball to right center. Caught out there by Bobby Olsen. Out number 3, 2-0. We'll be right back. Hey, back here at Glenview, game of the week. Still Cruisin in the blue there on third base, home team, led by this guy over here, Wally Pecs, who's discussing things with Ken Flaws. 2 Glenview residents, and there's Pat Caputo. There's Caputo on the mound, Hall of Famer, and here's Jerry Reay. Jerry Reay batting to Caputo. Old friends going way back, played on some teams together back in the day. So isolate on the batter at Glenview. Game of the week, still Cruisin versus Jay. Oh, Jerry Reay hits a long ball to left center. Probably going to beat that. Oh, beats the left fielder. Jerry Reay running very well for a guy with a bad knee. And there's Reay with the stand-up triple. So Jerry Reay with the big ball. And he hit it hard. Pat Salamone, I believe, in left. Is that Pat out there? Yeah, that's Pat Salamone. So that ball was hit hard, and that starts off with a triple. He beat him big. So there's Wally at first base coaching. And we're going to go to Dave Braedel, who certainly is one of the stars even of today's 16-inch softball. Plays on many great teams. There's Braedel with a gapper. That ball's down easily. In scores around the ball, gets by the center fielder, and there's Braedel, back-to-back triples. So back-to-back triples here for still Cruisin. Back-to-back triples. So 6 total bases here, just 2 swings. So now Caputo not happy with some of his pitches, perhaps. And here's the number 3 batter for Pecs. There's a shot to right center. That's down. So another run as Robertuso gets it in quickly. So 3 hot shots in a row here. Triple, single. One of Wally's new guys.
First year with us. That's Billy Baumgart's son. That's Billy Jr.
That's Billy Jr. Okay, hey, Billy. Good luck, Billy.
Very nice player. He used to play with
Lemonheads, absolutely. And up now is.
The ball. Let's go. Come on.
Up now. Wally is who?
This is Brian.
Is Brian. Oh man, that's a bomb. That's a shot. And that one goes over the head of Mike Ball. So now another run scores. And he's got, so we got 3 triples this inning, Wally. 3. So you're really strong players here. That last guy. Big triple. And Bobby Olsen. So,
Let's go, Bobby. Come on, baby.
I see Phil Tondelli on the deck over there, and, you know, a very good Wall of Fame player, and Sam Bachusz is over there. I mentioned Dave Braedel earlier. Here's Bobby. Big lefty, played with me for years, one of the best. Bobby Olsen, O-L-S-E-N. Glenview, gorgeous day. We're in the northwest suburbs of beautiful Chicago near the Tri-State Tollway. For all you people watching on Google Earth, it's Route 294 and Lake Avenue in Glenview. Caputo now coming with higher arc balls. And Caputo's got hit hard this inning. Here's Olsen deep in the box. Big swing for a lefty. Hits the front of the plate. And Caputo's having a little trouble hitting the strike zone. Olsen winds up. Ground ball to second. Heraty, good play there. Out at first as Flaws digs it out. In 1991, shades of the great Ken Flaws, who dug out a big pitch in the Splinters No Glove Championships at Arizona. I was with them there in 91. Man stayed at third, so good play there by Heraty as he held the runner at third. This is Stanley Bachusz, who played with the great wedge teams of the Dollhouse, and can play just about anywhere in the infield. Very strong hitter. As still Cruisin has come back here with a vengeance in the bottom of 1. There's the pitch. Bachusz, with a crushing single to first, and there's Robertuso, and the run walks in there. So, still Cruisin is Cruisin. Tim Decker now, big first inning here for still Cruisin. Tim Decker, there's a beautiful shot to left center. Robertuso on his horse, does grab it. So, 2 outs, and Bobby Olsen gets back to first. Here's Chris Miller. Man, they got a big lineup tonight. Chris Miller here for still Cruisin. A lot of runs for both teams here in the first inning. Caputo pitches a strike. Caputo works very quickly. And he delivers with just one hesitation here. 14-inch ball here in Chicago. There's Miller with the ball very high, and it looks like left fielder will get it. And that's the third out, but big runs there for still Cruisin. We'll be right back. We return to live action. Here's Mark Frighetto. There's a shot to left. Caught there, so there's Frighetto with a nice shot to left. One inning there. There was a lot of action in between stands. 5-4. So we rechecked. Thanks, Dan. They rechecked the score at 6-4. So we are in inning number 3. I'm sorry, bottom 2, and this is of course Phil Tondelli. 6-4. Chasers, Tondelli batting. Caputo on the mound. I'll get you the rest of the defense here shortly. Here's Tondelli. That hits the plate again, folks. Watching out of town, the plate here in Chicago is an automatic ball. 16-inch, 14-inch. There's a ground ball to first. Flaws covering Caputo. Oh, Caputo clean. Caputo clean gets over there. Old man Caputo gets over, so good for Pat, good play. That brings us to inning 2, bottom up, Dale. And Wally Pecs will be next. Dale swings and hits a nice shot to left. Missed out there in left field off the edge of the glove. Dale into second, and Bobby Russ turns around and he is safe. So Dale, down in the lower part of their lineup, hits like a number 4 hitter with the big double. So Pat Salamone in left came in quickly and it came off the glove. Here's Pecs. For my money, probably the most popular player in the game today, and is certainly most colorful by a long shot. There's Pecs with a long shot to left field. Foul. He still has a good swing. Colorful, colorful. Yeah, Gio right next to me here. There he is, and there's the great Joel Zimberoff as we go live here on Game of the Week at Glenview. I'm taking over Gio's position as the great cameraman here.
Shot.
No shot. Okay, very, very fine. Pecs with a shot to left, and Pecs with the hit. And here comes the run. Dale, throw home. Safe, and Pecs comes through again.
Dale, wait for me.
So there's Wally Pecs with the big hit.
Dale.
So there you go. There's that great Wally Pecs with that great hit. Okay, on the sideline here with Stan Becker, here's Jerry Reay. This game is back and forth, Stan. This is a great one. Key hit there by Pecs, the last at bat to drive in the runner. Dale, courtesy running for the very same Wally Pecs. Jerry Reay, he's the top of the order guy. He started up the game with a nice hit. That hits the plate. That's that's Brady there at catcher. Brady, a great aces player there. Mike Brady. Jerry Reay to the right side. Oh, that's in the sun and it's down. Ray's going to go second. Here's the play at home. Safe at home as Dale slides in, and Brady gets the tag down with just a second late, and the run does score. So good action there on the ball. The bloop hit to right field, and Jerry Reay does end up going over to second. Mike on the right field is Big Sun. Does he have sunglasses and a hat on? Probably not. Maybe he'll want to do that. He might want to get a hat on out there, and maybe it'll help him. So Dave Braedel, number 2 batter, bat way back, way short. Mike Brady there in the blue, Pat Caputo on the mound. 2 outs. Braedel up the middle for the hit, and here comes Jerry Reay in for the extra run for the Pecs team, still cruising. So Caputo with a arm that flared up on him, so he's out.
Your leg? Your leg or your arm? My arm.
So they're going to put in Bobby Russ Flaws goes to short center, and Richy Schlitter is technically in the game for Caputo. So Russ on the first pitch, fly ball down the right in foul territory. So Caputo here with a arm that flared up, he had to come out, and we got Bobby Russ pitching. And they put Richy Schlitter in at first. By the way, Richy Schlitter's son does play pro ball for the Dodgers. He's a pitcher. Ground ball up the middle. Flaws over to Schlitter. Catch there. So they got out of that. Bobby Russ comes in, and it's a great game. We'll be right back. So we return here to live action in the fourth inning. This is one of my favorite guys, Marty Rovatuso, who was brought to us by the great Joe Morgan. Richy Schlitter in the on-deck circle. You gotta love this guy's ball. He cuts it to left. In quickly is the left fielder for still Cruisin out. Here's Schlitter. I mentioned on the broadcast earlier that Richy Schlitter's son did pitch for the Cubs several years back. He's a right-hander. He's now with the Dodgers, AAA Dodgers. So don't be surprised if his son, Schlitter, the pitcher from the Chicago area, pitches for the Dodgers. Can you imagine if they're in the playoffs this fall? He will get called up from AAA because pitchers are, a commodity that people need. Schlitter, the big lefty, playing first base now. There's a ball on the base, and let's see if Pecs can get the strike in here on 3-1. Here's the delivery. Swing to left center. Dale, I believe, 2 outs.
Let's go!
Pat Heraty. Bobby Russ in the on-deck circle. Let me get over here so you can see Bobby. There's Heraty. Ball to second right through Ray's glove. So Heraty on several times today. There is Ken Flaws and Bobby Russ in the same frame. So 2 pretty good players. There's Flaws in the on-deck circle right here. Here's Bobby Russ, as we're very close here at Glenview. Game of the week. Still Cruisin versus Chasers. The legend out there on the mound, Wally Pecs from Glenview, Illinois, delivers to Russ. As we're using our small digital camera here, I love it. It's small as a cigarette package. I'm just holding it here myself and talking into the microphone.
Yeah, he's 75, I'm 73, all right? Give me a fucking break.
Going all one way.
Come on, Wally, I put 100 pounds on just to stay.
You got 100 pounds on you, though.
I wish I had 200 pounds. I played like you, okay? Amazing.
There it is, get down.
And there's Russ with the hit. The cut throw comes in, and first and third. So Heraty goes over to third.
Come on, Kenny. Junior, he owns you.
So nice cut single there by Bob Russ as Wally Pecs, the colorful one, joined with the umpire Les and Bobby.
Hey, Flossie, right man.
Ken Flaws played with the great Frank Mastari in the 90s. Played with the Bobcats probably, what, in the 80s, I guess? I'll ask him later. There's Flaws. Oh, there's a shot to center. Look at Flaws hit. Look at this guy hit. Thrown out at home. Rovatuso gets thrown out at home.
Kenny, good ball.
Pat Salamone there with the key hit there to lead off the inning. Here's Martino. Martino swings the ground ball to the shortstop. Over to Frighetto when he slides in. Tough. So the forced play does go. Martino hits the ball to the shortstop there. Probably wants that swing back. So 1 out here as Martino grounds out to short, force play. Brady up the middle. Oh, Frighetto with a great catch and a force out, and there's the out. So we get to the next half inning. Great game out here at Glenview. We'll be right back. Salgado, the great shortstop for Chasers, 8-7. His team is down. Chasers is down 8-7. This is inning 6, top of 7-inning games out here in Glenview. So Salgado's got to get on to get a rally going here. Mike Brady at third coaching. Salgado with a shot. There's a ball by Salgado. Oh, the left fielder bobbles it. It's all the way to second. There's Salgado. I hope he doesn't get thrown at third. First round. There's a triple by Salgado. So Salgado comes up with a triple. Does take the option to go to third there with no outs. If he would have hustled the ball in and been thrown out, that would have been bad. But I give him kudos as Salgado hits the triple. It was bobbled out there in left field momentarily and did skip under the mitt. So here's Robertuso. Let's see if he can lift the ball up. Get a deep fly ball at the very minimum. No line drives. There's a strike deep. Les, the umpire. Tim Decker catching. Inside, 1-1. Man on third. No outs. 8-7. 6th inning. That's the recap for you here from Glenview. Robertuso with the ground ball to short. Miller picks it up, throws the first. Bobbled at first, and in comes Salgado. So a break there for chasers as the ball was not handled at first base. And Salgado plays it cool and comes in. Ball gets away at first. Ball gets away at first, and Marty's all the way at third base.
Richy, get your hit. Hey, go get him in. Get your hit. Let's go. Put him back.
So there's an argument about going to third base, I believe, on the overthrow. Wally Pecs arguing that Robertuso only belongs on second on the miscue at first. And let's see what Mark does. Mark Frighetto's straight away at short center. Okay, here's Schlitter. So now the game is tied with no outs and Robertuso. There's Schlitter. Schlitter just hit a fly ball, baby. That's it. Richy, Schlitter. All Schlitter needs is a fly ball. That's all he needs to get Marty Robertuso in. So balls and strikes being argued here. Here's the pitch. Short. High pitch. Schlitter with a nice fly ball. Lifts it up. Here's the play at home.
Down. Heraty, you're going to the outfield.
So, Robertuso does come in on the fly ball, but as he's coming in, double steps and pulled something there. We got it on camera. We'll analyze it later. Here's Heraty.
Hey, put my gradient right.
There's Heraty, straight to center, caught. Okay, here's Bobby Russ as the game has switched here. And this is inning 6, so this is a back and forth game here. Schlitter with the sacrifice fly that scored Robertuso. So they came 2 runs in, so that would be, I believe, 9-8. We'll check that score for you in a second. Glenview, Illinois, George Bliss here. On my network, we're showing some of this on SSA Broadcast, some of it on George Bliss's YouTube, and of course Facebook of the World does show some of these games. So here we go. Pecs delivers to Russ with 2 outs. There's a strike, and Bobby Russ throws the bat down.
You know that guy that takes to the golf, that Thompson guy? He paid for a second.
Russ up the middle for the hit. So the single right up the box, past Frighetto and Pecs. So Bobby Russ still hitting like a monster. Kenny Flaws. So here's Flaws. Chasers is up by 1. I believe the score is 9-8. Bobby Russ just singled. That hits the inside rubber of the plate. That's a ball. Ball 2. So Pecs being very careful with his friend Ken Flaws. Pecs delivers a perfect strike, 2-1. And Floss hits the ball to right center for the hit. And the runner gets over to third, and that was a first and third in there. So nice ball by Kenny Floss. This is the great Mike Ball, 9-8 Chasers. Ball swings, foul ball, third base line, way foul. Mike Ball batting now with 1 strike. 9-8. Ball with a shot to center field. Caught out there over the shoulder. So that ends the inning. 9-8. We go to bottom of 6. Let me bring you up to live action here. 9-8, 2 outs. Bottom of 6. First 2 men made outs. Last ball lined out. This is Decker. It's 9-8, bottom of 6. So Decker's got to get something going here. It's a great game as Chasers leads by 1. Decker with a ball to right center, and it is in the gap. That ball is going to go up at least 2, and Decker's going to hold that 2. And there's the great Tim Decker. Now you see why. This guy's on the team year after year, one of the best hitters, Tim Decker. So Decker with the courtesy runner, which is good. Good rule here. This is a 50 and over league, in case you were wondering. Decker with the shot to right center, the double. Here's Chris Miller. So let's see what Miller does. Miller takes the pitch, strike 1. 2 outs, man on second. That Tyne runs out there at second in the bottom of the 6th. Bobby Russ on the mound now. An injured Caputo got injured in the middle of the game. So Russ now is pitching. There's a cut ball high, bat in the air, and that's foul. Okay, Chris Miller here with 2 outs. Man on second. Let's see what Miller can do here against Bob Russ. Miller, ground ball to second. Heraty, safe at first. So I guess Heraty had a little trouble getting it out of the webbing. And that scores a run. And guess what? We've got a 9-9 game here. Okay, so here's Frighetto in a real big situation tonight. Bottom of 6, 2 outs. Guess what? We got a tie game here. 9-9. Frighetto with the shot down the right field line. That's fair. Frighetto with the big hit to right. And Braedel scores. Braedel scores on that big hit by Mark Frighetto. And now you know why he was MVP of Forest Park some 30 years ago. So nice shot by Mark down the right field line. There's Mark Frighetto. He's got to be happy with that play. That was probably the best hit of the night. Most strategic. So, Wally's team goes up by 1. 10-9 as Braedel scored on that down the right field line single. So Frighetto comes through big time. Bottom of 6. Ground ball to second. So guess what? We go to the last chance potentially for Chasers as they're down by 1. We'll be right back. Okay, this is what we've got. We've got a classic game here. As the umpire is telling Les a little psychology that he wants him to throw some good strikes. So here's Pecs talking to the umpire. Pat Salamone, top of 7. Chasers needs 1. It is 10-9. We're going to stay with you the entire inning here, best we can, from Glenview. Game of the week. Salamone cuts it to the right, and for the out. So Salamone tries to go to the right side, doesn't get a lot of it, and does pop out to the first baseman. So this is Captain Martino, and if we ever needed a key hit in the last several games, this is the time when Jimmy needs to pound one hard, because they do need runners, and Jimmy's very fast. Martino with a cut. There's the hit for Martino. So great hit for Martino. So Martino comes through
Come on, boys, let's go.
with a nice pushed single. So nice play there by Jimmy. Martino's going to run.
Jimmy, come on.
Martino's very aggressive on the bases. Here's Brady. Here's Mike Brady. Martino at first. Brady with the ball to left center. Caught, and it comes. Martino comes back.
Give me one, give me one.
2 outs. That's going to leave it up to Salgado, who's the shortstop for Jimmy Martino's Chasers team. We got Martino out at first base. He's the tying run. If he doesn't get in, this game will be over, and Wally Pecs will have a victory. Both guys have played well. Pecs is setting up his defense, talking to Frighetto, his defensive captain, I would say. So Mark is telling the runner if he comes down hard to go to his glove side. So you know Mark played pretty high-level ball at University of Illinois. He knows what he's doing. So let's isolate on Salgado here. They're down by 1 with 2 outs. Ball 1. Ball 2 to Salgado, the shortstop for Chasers. Pecs pitching. That's deep. So that's 3-0. So Wally is swearing up a storm out there. Frighetto comes in and quiets down Wally. He's very upset about the call. He believes the last pitch was in the zone. It is 3-0, 3-0. So Pecs seems quieted down. You know, real competitive guy, Wally Pecs. Everybody knows his fiercity for the game. 3-0. That's a strike in the well. So Martino almost picked off there at first. I don't know if Martino was doing what he was doing there, but we'll ask him after the game. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 2 outs, Martino at first. That is very short, so ball 4. So here is Robotuso, the guy that came to Chasers years ago through our good friend Joe Morgan. So Joe, watch the isolation here on Robotuso. There's a strike, a nice pitch by Pecs. First and second. Short. 1-1. We're going to stay here with it for you. 2-1.
Who's up next? Who's up next, Schlitter?
Robotuso with the ball to right center. Ball's caught, and they win it. Wally Pecs with a good game there. As still Cruisin does win it.
You gave Wally every call. You gave Wally every call.
Final score there, 10-9. Still Cruisin.
Get a picture of that. Me comment somebody else.
Mark Frighetto with the key hit there.
Marky, nice game.
Real key hit there by Mark Frighetto to put him ahead. So Frighetto with a great game all the way around. Everybody played good on both sides. Stan Bachusz is there. There's my buddy Stan. There's Phil Tondelli, Jerry Reay, Bobby Olsen. There's Wally. Okay, so the issue with the umpire, you okay?
Well, I don't like to win a game or lose a game in an umpire.
Yeah.
The umpires out here are all call a different game. This guy calls a different game than Jeff does on the other diamond and the other couple of umpires. I mean, I had 5 or 6 or 7 strikes tonight, and everybody in the park saw him, except for the umpire.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry I blew my cool.
Yeah, well, good luck, Wally, and
thank you.
Congratulations, 10-9, game of the week. Still Cruisin wins it. We'll see you next game.
We love it.
All right, Wally Pecs, everybody, and he did pitch a good game there and had a feisty situation, but still Cruisin wins. We'll be back at Glenview just a little bit.